안녕. Try again. We'll try again. 안녕. Today I'm going to be making kimchi, and I'm here at my mom's kitchen because she has a nicer kitchen than me. Kimchi, if you don't already know what it is spicy fermented cabbage, and kimchi is also pretty healthy. It's full of vitamins and good bacteria and high in fiber. So here are the ingredients that we're going to need. A large container, Napa cabbage. This recipe is for 4 pounds, but you can adjust it as you'd like. Chopped green onions. How many green onions? Well, there's a Korean word that's useful in this situation, 적당히, and it means the right amount. Now, it's not really common that you'll find exact measurements in any Korean recipe, so adjust it as you'd like. For this recipe, we'll use a few stalks. You'll also need about half a pound of radish, some fresh ginger, a bulb of garlic, a cup of red pepper powder called gochugaru. You can add more or less depending on how spicy you want it. A cup of coarse salt, a half a cup of fish sauce. This is basically anchovy extract. A couple tablespoons of brined shrimp called 새우젓, a couple tablespoons of sugar, and an Asian pear. This is optional, but it adds a nice sweet flavor to the kimchi. You'll also need 2 cups of water and 2 tablespoons of rice flour. This is to make the base for the sauce. So let's get started. There are 3 main steps to making kimchi. The first is salting it, then mixing the ingredients, and finally letting it ferment. For the salting, I actually did this yesterday in advance. First, you'll want to wash the outside and remove any strange or ugly looking parts. Then, slice the bottom of the cabbage and pull it in half, and then repeat 1 more time until you have quarters. Then soak these in water to get them wet. This will help the salt to stick better. And you're going to want to put the salt all around the cabbage, especially in the hard to reach places. Then put the cabbage horizontally into a container and press it down with something heavy and let it sit until it wilts for about 5 to 6 hours. Then we have to finish preparing the rest of the ingredients and mix everything together. Remove the cabbage and rinse off most of the salt water. Then let the cabbages sit for a little longer until they're dry. Next, we'll want to prepare the sauce base, so boil 2 cups of water with 2 tablespoons of rice flour and reduce it until it gets a bit thick. Let that mixture cool down a bit. Then you'll want to peel the ginger and peel the garlic and put them together into a blender or just smash them until they're mixed together. Then add those to the bowl. Next, you're going to want to chop the brined shrimp into smaller pieces and then add that to the bowl too. Then add the fish sauce and the sugar. Next, chop the green onions. The length isn't so important. Peel and then dice the radish. And if you have it, the Asian pear as well. Add them to the bowl, then add in the red pepper powder. And finally, mix everything together. All right, and now for the fun part. You want to take this mixture and you want to put it around the cabbage everywhere in every single layer, especially the hard to reach places. I recommend using gloves for this. The interesting thing is that kimchi is about almost 2,000 years old, but originally they didn't use cabbage or peppers or anything. All they used was just pretty much like salted radish. And then in the Goryeo Kingdom period, around 900 AD, they started importing cabbage from China. So they started making it with cabbage and they started fermenting it. So that's where most of regular kimchi making comes from. And then only 200 years ago, Korea imported peppers from Japan, who got them from Portugal actually, and they started adding red peppers into the recipe as well. So the kimchi that we know today is really different than what it used to be when it was first made, but it's still the same idea, just trying to preserve cabbage, to preserve vegetables through the winter so that they can always have something to eat. So anyway, I got about 1 done, let's do the rest of them. Now it's not fermented yet, but you can actually try some right away. So I'm gonna give it a little taste. Tastes like kimchi. It's not bad. Pretty spicy. Oh. It's good. Okay, let's take this stuff home, put it in some glass jars. Clark, I don't think you want that. Then take the cabbage and pack it tightly in a container and let it sit outside of the refrigerator for 2 to 5 days. During this time, fermentation takes place, which kills the bacteria and changes the flavor to become more deeper and kind of sour. Then you can put it in the refrigerator and store it for weeks up to even months depending on how well it was prepared. And when your kimchi starts to get old, don't throw it away. You can still use it in soups or to make fried rice. So I'm gonna wait a day and I'll come back tomorrow to give it another try. 안녕.
안녕하세요.
All right, I'm here actually with my mom, and I made kimchi yesterday at her house, so as a condition of that, I promised that I would let her try some of my kimchi when it's done. It came out really spicy, so I'd recommend trying the parts that are less red, and it should be a little bit easier to eat.
Okay.
Told you it's spicy. I warned you. Yeah.
But it's really good.
So I'm gonna wait another, let's say 2 or 3 days before I put it in the refrigerator to let it ferment a bit more. And if you wanna become a supporter of this channel, I'll put a link to my Patreon in the description. And remember that I upload new videos to this channel every week, so if you haven't already, click subscribe and follow along. 그럼 다음에 또 봐.
그럼 다음에 또 봐.
Close enough, that was good. I think they'll understand that.